sitting back a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Put it on there. Look at that. Great. All right, so I'm just talking to Matt here. We're just talking about little. I don't do a lot of tips and tricks on filming and editing. I should probably do more. I'm wrapping up episode 10 of season 1 of Collision for New Eyes, and I've got about a 15-minute episode here, and so cut the piece together, got all that, and then usually what I do is then I just my hack, and Matt likes to laugh at this. I just go to Soundstripe. I love Soundstripe. Shout out to Soundstripe. I don't know how. I don't want an endorsement from Soundstripe, but I love you. Maybe get a T-shirt or something. I don't know. I love Soundstripe. I do a little thing called Musical Roulette, where I just go to Soundstripe and I just see recently added songs, and I'll just play the first song, literally. And 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 times, I'm like, you know what? That works. Because a lot of times we think we know what music we want. And I'm like, what are you talking? I have no idea what music could work here. There's a billion options.
Sorry. 100 billion.
So I just play the first couple songs and I go, you know what? That might work. And so I did. I was like, okay. And then I'll kind of just play the scene.
My idea that you could be tortured forever.
Horrible by what standard?
Horrible by...
I don't care about the mix. I'm listening. I mean, I edited. I know what's being said. So I could hear the music and go,
Well, good question.
I was like, oh, that's the vibe.
Well, shall I say...
And I would never have thought kind of funk. I would never have thought that funk was going to be what kind of worked for this. Although we have been doing a lot of funk lately. But I was like, this totally works. This is the vibe. Now, this is the hack. This is what's really cool. Okay, filmmakers, creatives. I have a 15-minute episode here. I want this vibe to continue. I don't just want to loop the same song. So this is like I'm in a room with like a bunch of musicians and we're scoring.
And luckily for us, the cameras were rolling.
All right, guys.
So I got this track going and I'm like, okay. And the song is...
Don't fear the Reaper. Take one, roll it.
It's almost 4 minutes, right? So it's like...
And then did no one really know murder was bad and all that? But then at some point you hit them with, by what standard? Right.
Horrible by what standard?
Okay, so...
horrible...
I imagine I have a whole band in here.
Well, good question.
I know.
So the song's ended. The scene right here is you got Doug Wilson, who just kind of hit Christopher Hitchens with a little bit of a zinger. I want this vibe to continue. Now, a lot of songs you'll get the stems. The stems are all the other individual instruments for that song, right? So now I'm thinking if I'm in a room with a band, I'm like, I got the full song going, right? I get the full song going. He hits him with this. I'm looking at the drummer and I'm like, okay.
I could have used a little more cowbell.
Now we're just going drums, right? Right, so now I'm going to just go to those drum stems. I'm like, okay, so let's just drop that in here. Once that, where's that moment? I'll bring the volume down here on the mix a little bit.
Horrible by... Well, good question.
Yeah, I know.
Horrible, well, shall I say... Let me ask you, anyone...
Was that an audible?
Yeah, I'm keeping that vibe going, right?
Yes. But it's a go-to audible. Sure, but I'm sure you thought to yourself, I wonder when I might throw this in or not. Yeah, it's like...
So I can do this now throughout the whole piece. I've got the stems, I've got the drums, I've got... Let's see what else we got. So I can build back up through this whole 15-minute episode, I can just keep dropping. I'm scoring, right? I mean, I'm scoring with it, which is so cool. Now this is making me think I should maybe start with this. This is rad.
That's pretty sweet.
Woo! See, so now I'm thinking. See, now this is changing everything. So,
You can see him like slow-mo walking into the...
oh man, see, yeah, now it's like ruining everything. Okay, I'm gonna put the main song over here for a second here. I just gotta drop this in here. See, maybe that's how you start an episode. And that's what this is all about, right? You just sort of...
One of Christianity's specifically horrible contributions to human mythology and delusion is the idea, the terrifying idea, that you could be tortured forever.
Horrible by what standard?
Horrible by, well, good question.
I know.
Horrible, well, shall I say, let me ask you, anyone?
Now, we're rolling.
That's rad.
Yeah, that's college.
First debate, I'll actually set it up for you guys to talk about what I was thinking.
We are good to go here.
This is a totalitarian system.
So yeah, that's rad. See, so by using a song that you know is going to be the whole vibe of this episode, and using those stems, you know, you're able to orchestrate. You're able to score. You're able to, you know, okay, maybe I'll, you know, because they all layer together, maybe I'll just bring in drums at this point.
Right. That's just what I was thinking. Maybe you can use that.
So this is one of the benefits of, first of all, decentralized music. You know, to me, what Soundstripe is doing, Artlist, you know, this is the decentralization, not so much of music per se, but it's the decentralization of gatekeepers.
Is there someone else up there we can talk to? No, now go away or I shall taunt you a second time.
Now, is Soundstripe the gatekeeper? Well, yes and no. What I mean by decentralization is I don't have to go really through anybody. The price point is so low from a filmmaking standpoint. And the options are so massive, and I just get to have a monthly subscription, boom, hit it. I'm not clearing music, the rights, the sync.
Not paying 10 grand.
Not paying 10 grand or even $1,000 or $2,000. It's decentralization from an option standpoint. I have so many options. I mean, it's mind-blowing. I could not have done this when I was making Collision, you know? And to have the stems, to have the breakdowns, the ability to create on that level. And if you love music and you love the score and you can hear it in your head, this is just, I mean, I feel late saying it's a game changer because it's been happening now for a while, but this is still a game changer to wake up at 6 a.m, work on this edit, from putting the story together, doing titles even with my editing software system, to then being able to go and score and mix. I do not take this for granted. This creative freedom is still mind-blowing to me. So that's a fun little hack. Hope that helps. I'm gonna get back to finishing Collision Season 1, Episode 10, available on the Canon app. So